end of February, so February roundup time, and it's been a rough month for me. However, first the good. I started off my month by going to say hi to an older teacher of mine. I got some free stuff from them, so that was very nice. Particularly stuff that could be seen as poisonous, but everything can be poison if you really think about it. I also had a cashier that I have previously spoken to serve me personally, which was a very nice event that occurred. And I have started playing the ukulele bass. Here's a little sample of me playing the verse for the bass line for Young Folk. Picking up the bass has been the highlight of last month. I've used to play the cello before. I played it for maybe like 10 years while in America, and I still sort of every now and then took out my electric cello and I taught myself Prelude to Suite Number 1 by Johann Sebastian Bach. And the ukulele bass is pretty much like the cello. It is a string instrument. However, instead of bowing all the time, I'm just using my fingers, and I am still just a basic learner on it. I started on the 11th of February, but I've been rushing through it and enjoying all of the songs that I know how to play, and it's a great feeling knowing how to play a song and playing that song while you're also listening to that song. Songs that I've learned so far that I can kind of butcher, but butcherable enough. Hysteria by Muse, however, I'm still getting up to speed with that bass line because it's incredibly fast. Do Me a Favor by Arctic Monkeys, The Thin Ice by Pink Floyd, Young Folk by Peter Bjorn and John, Crystallized by The XX, Bleed It Out by Linkin Park, and The Adults Are Talking by The Strokes. I've also had board game night a couple of times, which was fun. Just a small group of people, but still good to, socialize and everything like that. I met up with an old friend of mine, someone that I was an acquaintance of, and we met up for coffee and had a good chat, and hopefully we'll continue to be friends. I've also been doing video calls as I normally do. However, now I'm getting little screenshots of them, so they're more memorable. Compared to my January, my February is a lot more slow paced. I spent the almost whole of the month of January doing social things, and it felt great. However, February I've run into a little bit of a rough spell, but c'est la vie is my go-to phrase this month, or as the Germans say, das ist das Leben. One of the things that I've kind of run into this month is social burnout. It takes a lot of effort of mine to, reach out to everyone, and the way of the living currently is just ghosting, unfortunately. There are many people that I don't hear back from, and it's tough. And one of the things that I have realized is that I've been focusing on my happiness coming from my friendships and the connections that I make. It is really great making connections and everything. But with the social burnout, it's gotten me to a place where I'm tired of reaching out almost even. With this, I see that I should focus more on my self-love, on loving the things that I do, and I do great things. Like earlier on in the month, I got the opportunity to walk across the Brooklyn Bridge almost every time that I go to New York City, since it's mostly on a weekend and the trains don't run here locally, I get 25,000 steps, which is always a great feeling. I think that walking is a great way to experience self-love, because as you're walking, you're only reliant on yourself, and if you walk a great distance, you can take pride and you can love yourself for allowing yourself to get to a faraway place. And also, with walking, it isn't so attention span demanding that you can be a little mindful. I have also finally seen a cardiologist after about 6 months. I have the current situation where I have a repaired aortic and pulmonic valve, and the go-to sort of quota, or what has been said, is that replaced valves last 10 years, and it's been 15 years since I had my surgery, so time's ticking. But as it turns out, I can't actually get the treatment that I actually need. I have to see a congenital heart specialist because they have more in-depth knowledge about what my situation is, and I was just seeing a regular cardiologist. That's the joy of living in this country with a great healthcare system that people die over. And with that, it's made me think about even moving back to Europe. Before you judge me harshly, I ask you to be a little bit empathetic. Try putting yourself in the position of someone with a very complex heart condition, as well as a complex, rare, genetic neurodegenerative disease, who is unemployed or is only just working part-time, just getting by, and had the experience of free healthcare. I've also applied to a master's of social work at the local university here. Even though I've applied to an MSW, I'm really considering now just doing a full-time job in the field that I got my BSc and MSc in. It isn't what I ideally want to do, but getting a full-time job seems to be of my best interest currently. I can always do an MSW later on in life. This way I won't be putting myself in debt. I can always work on this YouTube channel in my free time. The theme that has sort of come out from this past month is the idea of bullshirting. We often do it a lot of times, and what I mean by bullshirting is not being true to her. One of my new resolutions is to not bullshit and just really do everything in my power to do everything in my word. So reply to people on time, just do everything that I can to be the best version of myself, if you want to think of it that way. With not doing so many videos as I did in January, it's been a little bit relaxing, but I do have some video essays in mind. I've watched the series Apple Cider Vinegar, which is about someone who basically fakes cancer. I'll be doing a video on that. I have another video in mind talking about The Good Place, because that's a fucking good show. And then I have another video talking about my perspective of Friends. And with February coming to a wrap, March is the next month. And with March, it'll soon be my birthday, and it'll be 25, so quarter-life crisis. And it's maybe looking out to be like a quarter-life crisis, but it's only a quarter-life crisis if I say it's quarter-life crisis. But if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, comment, and if you want to see more of me, please subscribe. And it helps greatly with the eventual AI overlords, i.e. the YouTube algorithm. Until next time.